everybody from apneapassion.com international web magazine. Today we will present the new Salvimar Hero 95. This spear gun is actually extremely interesting both for the technology, the intelligent solutions and the materials used. First of all, we notice in the grip that there is a metal ring which is usually used for holding the spear gun to the buoy, but also for hunting very big fish like tuna and linking this to the elastic bands, and the fact that it's in metal of course gives better reliability and strength. Moving up, we immediately notice that for the first time Salvimar introduces a very ergonomic grip, as you can see. The grip is made of this plastic insert which is nylon, and it is actually mounted on the handle with the screw. So simply unscrewing the screw, we can actually substitute the insert with the left handle. Now if we move up, we notice that the grip is one piece, and also the part that goes on the chest when reloading is one piece. So a stiffer solution compared to the previous version. But what is really interesting about the new grip is all the metal part, which means the release mechanism. Now this is made with MIM, micro-injection molding, which is a very advanced technology that permits to produce very small metal parts in a very precise way. We can notice this already looking at the trigger, which is very nice, very neat and very well produced. The trigger, by the way, can be positioned back and forward by the sparrow just regulating the screw, so the sparrow will be able to adjust the trigger position depending on his needs and the dimension of his hands. If we move up, we notice that the case of the release mechanism is bigger than the one of the metal, and we'll have all components of greater dimensions compared to the metal. The technical solution is the same, still having the metal wheel touching the tooth of the release mechanism, but the components will be thicker, which means greater surfaces in contact, so greater reliability, longer lasting efficiency and greater capacity to support heavy loads. We can also notice that even the line holder here is of greater dimension compared to the metal. We can also notice these two wings here that finally Salvimar has decided to add, and which have a nice function of putting the line, taking it out from the line of aim. Now let's move on to the barrel. The barrel is for the first time in Salvimar with an elliptical section, which makes it easier to brandish the spear gun and also gives a better stability in the water. What is interesting is this lower part here where the section is thicker and gives better stiffness to the barrel. In addition to this, inside the barrel we have some inserts made of glass-coated nylon which are forced inside the barrel and additionally increase the stiffness. These parts here are made of nylon and Teflon, reducing friction and noise when the shaft is actually launched. What is really interesting about the barrel is actually the connection between the barrel and the grip and the barrel and the muzzle, because usually with elliptical barrels you need a cap which actually occupies the space of the air to seal the barrel from the outer water. This means that there is less air in the barrel and the buoyancy is reduced. In this case, Salvimar has worked a lot to design specific elliptical O-rings which actually seal the barrel from the water but do not occupy space of the air, which means that the buoyancy of the Hero is greater than other elliptical section spear guns. Finally, we have the completely new muzzle, which has been redesigned with very generous dimensions to obtain a very well-positioned line which will not risk to come off its position. The hole for the rubber bands is single, as typical of Salvimar, and you can position two circular elastic bands of 16mm diameter or even 3 of smaller diameter. So overall a very interesting sling gun which has so many ideas in it, so much technology and amazing materials.